When I quit drinking, I expected to feel better, but I didn't expect this. No one told me that sobriety would change my life in ways that I could never imagine, especially at this stage of my life. Hey, I'm Sonia, and I am a breast cancer survivor. I am a single mom, and I am a woman who woke up one morning and realized that I needed to change some things in my life, and that included drinking alcohol on a daily basis. I guess it wasn't one specific day that I woke up and suddenly realized it. It was a number of days. It was a number of mornings that I woke up and did not feel well, was sick and hungover, and thought to myself on more than one occasion that I wasn't going to do this anymore. I can't do this anymore, and things had to change. For a number of years as a single mom, I had this daily routine of drinking alcohol. Even before I was a single mom, it started when I moved out on my own. I had my own apartment, and I had noticed that I had really some anxiety from living alone for the first time in my life, and realized quickly that a couple of beers in the evening calmed that anxiety. And it helped me cope with being alone with that change. And as time went on, a couple of beers turned into 5 or 6 beers, and then increased to hard liquor. And over the years, it just continued to become a daily habit. I did quit drinking for a period of time after I had had my son, when I was pregnant with my son, and after I had him, but it quickly continued on a regular and daily basis after my son's dad and I split up and I had to share custody. That alcohol again was there to calm my anxiety and help what I thought was helping with my depression and anxiety. My son would go and spend time with his dad for a few days a week, and I would use the alcohol to try to cope with that anxiety and stress. When I finally realized that things had to change and I started to make that change, I started to eliminate alcohol over a period of time. I would stop drinking and then start drinking again. But when there were periods of time when I was not drinking, I started to feel so much better. But what I noticed were some things that I never expected. My confidence returned. When you are drinking, you feel a lot of guilt, shame, and humiliation that comes with it. And that started to go away. And I started to feel better about myself, more confident. I was proud of myself for not drinking alcohol, and really started to notice the difference in my confidence. I realized that stress and anxiety and that depression that I was feeling, I found ways to deal with those feelings and realized that it wasn't going to hurt me as much as I thought it would. I learned to sit with those feelings, and I learned ways to deal with those feelings of stress and anxiety without running to alcohol. And the stress and the anxiety and the depression got better after I quit drinking. It just, those feelings improved. And again, you have to find ways to deal with it, whether it be support groups with other women or counseling, but realizing that whole anxiety and depression and everything to get better. I found peace in quiet moments. I found peace in getting up early in the morning and just sitting and drinking a cup of tea without being sick and hungover. I remember when my son was young and I would drive him to school at times and be completely hungover because I had drank the night before after he went to bed to relieve that stress. And I would drive him to school feeling sick and hungover, and I would see other moms walking their kids to school. Specifically, I saw a woman that would hold a cup of coffee, and I thought, why is she drinking coffee, walking to school, and she looks happy? And I thought, I want that. I want to feel happy, and I want to be able to drive my son to school without feeling sick and hungover. Anyway, it became a joke between my son and I. The coffee drinking lady is what we called her. But I got sober then, and I was able to drive my son to school and be proud of that. And you know, not drinking coffee, but I had to get to work, but I would drive him to school and feel good about it and feel good and be able to drop him off and be able to go to work and not be hungover and sick. So that's just, you become a different person. You become proud of your accomplishments. Just know that it's impossible to thrive in your life if you are drinking on a daily basis. It's going to hold you back, and you're not going to continue to be able to move forward with your life and do the things that you want to do and to be happy. And what I realized is that drinking alcohol does not only numb bad feelings, which is what I was trying to do, it also numbs the good feelings. It numbs those good feelings. The next day when you're hungover and you're feeling sick and you don't feel good, you can't be happy and you can't thrive in your life when you're feeling that way. So if you do want to try to quit drinking, just take it a day at a time. Just take it one step at a time, and just do your best. Just go slow and don't look too far into the future. One day at a time is the best way to deal with it. Just think that I am just not drinking today, and just move forward and do your best. And look for support out there. Whatever is best for you, you will know what's best for you. I found that the bigger meetings and things were not best for me, and I did so much better with women's groups that I found in the area. I also found some groups online, Women for Sobriety, and one of the reasons I started this group was because it's an online group. It's a community of women that we can support each other with this journey. So if you are a woman in midlife and you are thinking about quitting drinking, or you feel like you need support with quitting alcohol or any kind of support this time in your life, just reach out. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I would love to help. And just know that you're not alone. And just realize that sobriety is not the end. It's the beginning of a whole new life that's out there waiting for you. So I invite you to watch my prior video where I talk about the lessons that I learned when I quit drinking. And I will see you next time.